Hello everyone, my name is DEDMan, and over the course of however long this video ends up being, I'm going to go through everything that I have in my office currently. Right now, it just looks like a regular old pile of junk, but it actually looks nice when it's cleaned up. So, I have not had any type of dedicated space for any work that I've been doing over the past few years. First, I was kind of working out of my son's room when he was little, and then as he got older, he got his own room, and I moved all of my stuff into my bedroom. But the way that our small house was set up, it was really hard to dedicatedly do anything. So, we recently got a trailer home so that we can kind of have some more room to put some of our stuff while we're working on our new house, while we're adding on to it. And so, because of that, there's this whole extra bedroom in here that is being unused. So, I asked my wife if she cared if I used it for an office. She said no, because it's not being used for anything else. So here it is, a whole bare room. I mean, it's not bare right now. It's got a bunch of junk in it, namely all of that junk. But over the course of the video, I'm just going to go through some of the things that I've got, like my special edition stuff that I got, and some of the things that I've just kind of collected over the years that I like, such as that Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc over there, and the Razor Crest over there. But pretty much just kind of want to go through all the stuff that's going to be in my office, and just kind of hoping I can have a nice setup. So I will see all of you in the next portion. And here we have my wall of manga, which right now mostly just consists of a bunch of Bleach, and the novels of Bleach, or the Can't Figure Your Own World set, and some of Goblin Slayer. And I do have these cool little bookmarks that look like swords. I do plan on having a bigger manga collection. This set is actually going to be on a shelf that will sit behind this table, which is where my computer and stuff is going to sit. But it's going to be behind there for right now because I am caught up to, I think, this number 20 right here. Sorry, I was looking at the camera so I couldn't quite point, right? Actually, no, I think I'm somewhere down in like 12 or 13, something like that. But I've read all the manga, so it's not a huge deal if it's behind this shelf for right now. But mostly I just wanted to have my manga over here instead of on my big shelf, because I want to put up some more stuff on my big shelf that was packed away. Okay, so the shelf that I had taken pictures of and shown off previously is like this now. It's pretty bare at the moment, but I am putting all of my games and stuff up. I believe I have all of them. I've looked in the pile. I don't see any more, but I might have missed some. So these are all the games that I currently have physical. I have a ton of them on digital, so this is only like a fraction of the games that I own. But I do have some physicals. As you can see by the multiple instances of it, I do love steelbooks. I'm actually trying to make steelbooks for some of these that I really enjoy that I don't have a steelbook, or there wasn't ever one released for it. Like, for instance, the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 for PS4, Final Chapter 2.8, or Final Chapter Prologue 2.8, and Melody of Memory. To the best of my knowledge, none of those got a steelbook. I have the steelbook for, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2.5 floating around somewhere for the PS3. I think that's actually still in storage right now, but I do actually want to make cases for those, just because those are games that no matter what, I'm never getting rid of them, because I love the series so dearly. And then, there on the end I have the only two PS5 games I have physical is, might be hard to see because of the glare, but it's Elden Ring and Stranger Paradise. So the way I have it done is I have PS3 from here to here, and then PS4 from here to here, and then the PS5, and then down here I have some of the ones that wouldn't fit up there. So like the two PlayStation 2 games I currently have right now, the two Matrix games that I already covered. God of War, I haven't covered those yet, but I have played through the entire collection and recorded it, so it doesn't specifically need to be up there anymore. And God of War isn't a series that I am like nuts about like I am with Kingdom Hearts, so it doesn't stay up there with the rest of the main series. I have this Project Diva and Overlord, which I actually bought for my wife. What is it? Record of Argarist War was actually just something random that my brother-in-law found at a yard sale and picked it up for me, and I was like, okay, cool, so now I gotta get the first one and figure it out. And I was debating on keeping it, so I actually looked up what it was. It's a tactics-based RPG, and I was like, okay, that's an easy way for me to keep it, just because I love those kinds of things. The one and only PSVR game that I have physical, Iron Man. Then I have my slate of DS games and 3DS games. That was at the time in my life where I wasn't able to buy a ton of games, so this is just stuff that I've had for the last, like decade or so. And stuff that I've had since I was in high school, like the 2 Kingdom Hearts games, Final Fantasy Tactics, Pokemon Silver, things like that. And then I have them kind of set up a little weird. So I have my Blu-Rays over here, which are mostly video games related stuff, but I do have some, like I've got Death Note here, and the Resident Evil movies, and the Saw movies, and the original trilogy of Star Wars. And then I have my DVDs right after that, as you can see, the ones that I do have up there. And the reason that Guardians of the Galaxy is down there, for one, there's no more room up here. It is booked wall to wall, and I can't think of anything that I want to take out. And for second, that's not even mine. I actually am borrowing that from Scott Specs, who's one of the artists on the channel. I borrowed it from him since he said he's had it, he's done played it. I haven't actually started it yet, but I plan to do that pretty soon, I think. I can't explicitly say when because I don't know. I have a ton of stuff on my backlog, but I do want to start it soon because I've heard nothing but good things. And anyway, that's how... Let's see if I can... Oh, I can pull it back like this. That is how the shelf is looking so far. Pay no attention to the stuff on the right. That's just my drinks, and I've got a tablet playing movies while I'm setting all this up. But yeah, that's what my shelf currently looks like right now, is just the games. Here pretty soon, I'm going to be setting up my figurines that I have and stuff that I get from special editions. This fun little memorabilia is something that one of my other artists, Asmarith, did for me. It's probably, kind of basic at this point, but I really love The Mandalorian. And so he made me this really cool thing where it's... what is it? Basically just the foil sticky paper, and then they cut out a design for it and put it all together, and they did the little weathering spots on the edges. I really like that. It's just it's actually pretty huge. You can see with I got pretty big hands, but you can see that this thing is pretty big. I just love it as a nice low-key decorative piece, and it's just really nice for them to make. I love it. This next one, as you can see, is a print of the 3D re-release cover of Majora's Mask. So I was actually shopping at my local game store, Game Exchange, and they had this one, Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess. But this one won out because Majora's Mask is actually my favorite Zelda title of all time. So yeah, plus it just looks so flippin' cool. And this piece is actually from Asmarith's wife. Let's see if I can get the lighting right on it. Yeah, you see there's little blue streaks in there. Looks really, really cool. So as you saw from my giant Bleach collection earlier, Bleach is actually my favorite manga of all time, anime and manga. And the scene where Ichigo goes full Mugetsu, he uses all of the powers from his sword. That particular panel in manga is probably one of my favorite. It just looks so cool, and the way that she made this is amazing. I still can't get over how when you hit it with the right light, it's got the metallic blue streaks. It just, oh man, this looks so cool. This was a Christmas present from them for last year, and I absolutely love it, and it has to be in my office from now on all the time. because, I mean, just look at it. She did such a great job on it. Oh, I love it. Hello everyone, and this is the final segment. I now have everything set up, and as you can see, I have my 2 computer monitors set up, and yeah, again, I probably might be just a little bit obsessed with Bleach. So there's that, and then above that is my big-ass TV. Thank you to my parents for getting a new TV, so they just said, here, take this one, and I said, sure, why not? It's a free TV. So, there's that. I'm thinking about playing Voice of Cards. It's kind of a debate on playing that or editing this video. I just have this little shelf over here. I did decide that since the TV was actually sitting a little bit too low on that shelf, and those monitors were obscuring the bottom of the screen, so instead I opted to just put a shelf up and then move this bookshelf over, so now I have access to all my lovely manga, and I just kind of threw a couple of different things on this shelf. I'm still needing some extra places for all the random stuff that doesn't really need to be displayed, but is just kind of there. And then right there, I have one of the things that I actually value the most, my Majora's Mask 3DS, that was one of the few special editions I was able to get on launch, and I think it's really cool, because again, Majora's Mask is my favorite of all of the Zelda titles, so it's really cool to snag that. Over here is pretty barren. I just have, again, just some general stuff I don't normally use up there, like I have the PS2 up there that I record some stuff on, my VR that's not set up. That green bag is my Magic cards, and some Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the handful of times I still actually play. And then over here on the side is I have my controller sitting on top of my computer. I have 2 hard drives. One of them is personal. The other is for all the DEDMan footage. Then I have those stacks of hard drives right there. There's 3 of them. I have those for storing. I have almost all of my games downloaded onto them. So instead of waiting for them to download, I can just move them over, and it's no big deal. That rat's nest that was at the beginning, it's all there. It's just back here, hidden, obscured. I have a somewhat complicated setup with my recording stuff, since like PS3 back there doesn't it doesn't have the HDCP turn off, so you have to use a pass-through, which is behind the TV somewhere. Yeah, right there. And then I have a switcher right there, because I honestly don't feel like unplugging and plugging the stuff into the Elgato all the time, so it's right there. The PS5 and PS3 is right there. For anybody comments, I am aware that that's probably not the best ventilation, and I am going to shift that around and do something with it, but that's just kind of what I've come up with at the time. And then over here, I have a deck of PlayStation playing cards. That's what that is on the top. Right there, if I can get out of the light, I have the very first drawing I ever made of what I wanted the DEDMan logo to look like, and then Scott refined it for me. Really old-ass Digivice that actually doesn't even work anymore, and my son's War Greymon that I need to fix, but for right now, he's just sitting right there. Then I have the Hunter from Bloodborne, and the Shadow from Kingdom Hearts. I have the plush of those. I have Yo from Shaman King, which is one of my favorite manga and anime. It's really, really fun. And then I got a little blind box of the OG version of Cloud, just kind of chilling there. And then the only 2 Funkos I still have, which are Mickey and Ezio. And then, the game shelf, which I put my those Zelda books. I actually did kind of a Christmas present trade with Scott. He wanted the Encyclopedia, the big Sonic thing, and he said he would give me the big Zelda trio of encyclopedia stuff, and I said, sure, I will definitely take that trade, because those books are friggin' awesome. They have a bunch of cool artwork in them, and, the timeline that everybody got confused with for a while, and things like that. They're all really, really cool books. I absolutely love them. And then there's my games and movies that I have shown up. I started running out of room on my shelf, so my special edition for Persona 5 Royal is sitting behind my games right there. So as you can see, I ran out of room. I have there's the other thing from the Persona 5 Royal, the Joker's Mask. Came with an art book, and behind it is the soundtrack. I actually didn't get the Days Gone special edition whenever it came out. I actually was shopping around at the local game store that I have, that I was talking about, Game Exchange, and they had the statue in there, and they were selling it for like $7, so I said, fuck yeah, I'll take that. I loved Days Gone. It was a fun game. Back there I have the art book for Kingdom Hearts 3, and if I can get the light to shine right, Final Fantasy 7, and the art book for Catherine Full Body, and the little sheepy from it, which, if I pull him out slightly, he has the polka dot underwear, which I always thought was hilarious. And then the Ezio statue, fun story about that. This also isn't something that I've had for a long time, just the last couple of years. So I have a local tabletop gaming store that hosts some trivia nights every now and then. So I entered in for a Star Wars one. Naturally, everybody did their best and all that. And I actually tied for third place with somebody else. And the store owner said, well, since you tied with him, you can split the prize with them, which was like $100 store credit. And so I got $50, and I had asked him a long time ago about the statue, and he said he would sell it to me for $50. And I said, well, why don't you just give me that statue and call it square? He said, hey, that's fine by me. So I have this badass Ezio statue that I friggin' adore, because with a lot of people, Ezio is my favorite assassin. And up here I have the Razor Crest. You can see the Catherine Special Edition box back there, and the Razor Crest is sitting on top of the Assassin's Creed 2. The Razor Crest, fun story with that, I was just kind of in passing talking to my mom about how I wanted was going to buy the Razor Crest for myself, and she said, well, how much is it? And I said, that's $120. She said, okay, you can just have that as a birthday and Christmas present. I said, cool, I don't even care. I get the Razor Crest. And I built that with my son over the course of a week, and that was really, really fun. I'm actually going to get him one of his own, and we'll build that together, and he can actually play with that, because he's begged me to play with that, and I said, no, that is for... I just want to look at it. And then the very last thing I have to show off is my BioShock 2 Collector's Edition, which was actually the very first Collector's Edition that I ever got. Unfortunately, the art book has somehow been lost. I could have sworn I lent it to somebody, but they said that they don't have it, so I'm just going to have to take them for their word and just figure the book got lost somewhere in one of my moves. But I kept the box, and I still had the vinyl record in there, and I always loved how the box looked, and like I said, that was the very first special edition I ever bought, so I definitely I'm very psyched that I still have the box, and it's actually still in great condition. Which I said that was the last thing. That was the last of my gaming special stuff. Over here I did hang up two more things. I have this Ichigo mask, hollow mask, that Asmarith got me for my birthday last year, and I'm just digging the fact that I can hang it up now. And then this is also something I've had for a very long time, as you can tell, because it's Generation 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! The Chaos Duel Disc. I always really, really liked how it looked, and this is actually one of the very first things, believe it or not, that I bought for myself once I got a big boy job and I had moved out. This is one of the first things I decided to blow my money on, and my arms are too big for it now, because obviously it's calibrated for a child. But I really like having it as just kind of this cool, set piece on a wall. And I have a deck in there that I had kind of off and on worked on, but it's not really a functional deck. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of cards that I really like. A lot of Dark Magician stuff in there. But it's nowhere near complete, and it probably will never be complete, but I just thought it was cool to have it in there. And I did also hang up my Sonic poster I got from seeing the movie with Scott and my son. And then beyond are the other three paintings I showed off, or the other three stuff hanging up that I showed off earlier. But anyway, that's it for this room, and, you know, I'll point down and give you all the proof. There's no more cables on the floor. I managed to turn that rat's nest into a different rat's nest, but the rat's nest is functional now. Just going to give another wide sweeping shot. This was really fun. As you can see, the room is a little bit jank, but, you know, I'm basically getting a free trailer house that I can put all my stuff in. So I'm not really going to complain about that. As I said before, I haven't had a game room or anything like that. I haven't had an office in like 3 years. And I've mostly been working out of my bedroom. So this is just really nice to have a space of my own, and just a quiet place to actually work and do stuff that I'm really, really excited for. I'm hoping that maybe this will give me the last little push I need to be productive. Who knows? But that's going to be it for this video. I'm really glad that I actually got a unanimous vote on Twitter. I asked, hey, does everybody want to see my jank setup, or do they just want to wait until everything is fully completed? And everybody unanimously voted yes. And I was just like, okay, cool. I guess I'll go ahead and document everything that I'm doing. I did skip a little bit on that last section where I put up all my special editions, but I kind of figured I could just go through that really quick with a little just a little video of me going through it. I actually got this idea from Hallowed Be Thy Game. He's a pretty good buddy of mine. You should go check his channel out. He's got a pretty great game room. Devil May Pie also did something similar, and he does unboxing videos as well as game reviews and stuff. They're both really good channels. You should check them out. But I really kind of like the idea of going through and seeing the setup that I use, and then just kind of seeing it evolve from there. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and try not to die out there.